So we're going to begin just by sitting with the legs out in front, hands on the diaphragm, and breathing in and out through the belly. With Pilates, you want to make sure that your ribs are expanding laterally and you're not just breathing through the chest. Roll down one segment at a time all the way down to your back. Bend the knees. We're going to start doing some pelvic tilts back and forth, engaging those deep abdominal muscles down close to where those pointy part of your spine is. I want you to go side to side, back and forth. Now you're going to go in a clock motion, clockwise, 12, 3, 6, and 9, and then reverse and go counterclockwise. Trying to keep everything still except for the pelvis and even engaging the pelvic floor. Still breathing through the belly. Find that neutral spine so your back isn't really arched, your back isn't really bent. Find a nice flat spot. Double check your breathing. Shoulders down. We're going to bring our legs up to 90 degree position, Pilates stance. Arms are down by your side, breathing. I want you to just try to lift the head using the abdominals, not straining the neck. Deep breath. We're going to breathe in for 5, out for 5. In, out. In, out. Holding those abdominals the entire time. Again, shouldn't be strained. If this feels too difficult, prop your legs up on something like an ottoman or a chair and make sure that you feel really supported. Knees into the chest, roll back down to your back. This time we're going to go into a bridge, rolling up segmentally, one segment at a time. At the top, really squeeze the glutes, tighten the bottom. Breathing. We're going to make sure that we're exhaling on the exertion. So on the hardest part of the movement, your breath should be exhaling. Good, really pressing those hips up towards the ceiling. Shoulders are relaxed. Almost there. Good, and relax. Bring those knees up to that Pilates stance position. You're going to bring one knee down at a time, holding in the abdominals and breathing. Every time that knee goes down, exhale. You should feel this pull through the lower abdominals. Make sure those shoulders are relaxed. Good. Go ahead and straighten your legs out all the way. We're going to try to do a Pilates roll up. Arms are up above the head. You're going to start with the head and try to roll up one segment at a time. Modified is just going halfway like I'm doing here. And then we can try to go all the way up. I'm going to have you start by doing this with the knees bent. And you can use your arms to help you really try to round out the spine. Good. Legs straight out in front of you now. Toes up towards the ceiling. Arms out to the side. Twist and reach. Your little finger is going towards your little toe. Exhaling on the hardest part, which is that extreme twist. Abdominals are engaged. Good. Bring the knees up. We're going to engage the abdominals. Check your breathing. You're sitting on your sit bones. Feel those lower abdominals engage. Relax the shoulder blades. Good. Knees into the chest. You can always set your feet up on something if this is hard for you to hold, or just tap your toes down. And you can challenge yourself further by bringing the arms out away from the legs. Breathing and holding. Good, relax. Come forward. We're going to come into a butterfly stretch. Try to straighten out the back. Bend from the hips. Feel that on the inner thighs and hips. Okay, crossing the legs, we're going to transition onto our hands and knees. And we're going to start with a cat-cow. Rounding out the back, and we're just going to come to neutral. Make sure that your wrists are right under your shoulders and your knees are right under your hips. Breathing out as you curl the back, breathing in as you come to neutral. And extend the right leg back and hold. Bring it into the knee to the forehead and back. 10 times. Breathe out when that knee comes in. Good, and on this last one, we're just going to hold it out there and lift the opposite arm, trying to keep the abdominals tight. And we're going to challenge yourself by looking side to side, looking to the left and to the right. Good. Touch that right foot down. Raise the right arm up. Again, your wrist is right under your shoulder, your knee is right under your hip. Make sure you're breathing and balancing. Try to look up towards your hand and then back down towards your other hand. Good. We're going to transition back onto your knees. We're going to go into that same cat and cow. And repeat the same thing on the other side. So you're going to bring your left leg out this time. Extend it out. Hold. Now bring it in and back. Breathe out and back. 10 times. Engaging the abdominals. Don't let the belly hang. Good, and on this last one, we're going to let it hold. We're going to bring the right arm up. Breathe. Now try to look side to side. Good. We're going to tap that foot down and repeat the same thing on the other side. Left arm comes up towards the sky. Look up and look down. You should be in a complete straight line. You should feel a little bit challenged with your balance here. Good, we're going to transition back onto your knees. And as we sit back, I want you to push through the heel of your hands as strong as you can back into that child's pose. If this bothers your hips, put a yoga block or a towel under your bottom and don't sit all the way back onto your heels. We're going to thread the needle, so you're going to bring right arm through the left. Again, you can come out of that deep hip flexion if that's bothersome, and go back to the other side. 3 deep breaths. Good. Now we're going to do a modified plank position on the elbows. So we're going to try to keep it low. But I want you to have a nice tilt through your pelvis. Make sure your back isn't sinking down. Your abdominals are engaged, and you're even engaged through the shoulder blades, so you feel like you're pushing the mat away. Deep breaths. We're just holding it. Energy is through the tips of the fingers to the tips of the toes. Push back slightly, extend through the thoracic spine, and then back into it. Deep breaths. Good. And again, push back. You're going to transition onto your side for a side plank. Again, modified. Bend the knees. Make sure your body is in complete alignment. Okay. And lift the hips up and hold. The elbows right under the shoulder. Good. And again. Good. Transition to the other side. And back down. Move that elbow in if it's too far. Still breathing through the belly. And back down. Good. Lie all the way down flat. Extend the legs out. Try to make yourself into a straight line as much as possible. Take your legs slightly back behind you and up. So you should not be able to see it, and you should really feel the muscle burn in the side of your hip and glute. We're going to do a couple sets of 10 here. So rest, and then again 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Last set. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're going to passe, knee towards the ceiling, and move it to the front and to the back. Abs are tight. Using the glutes, squeezing those legs together like a zipper, up and down. Doing 10 of these. Making sure we're not sinking into the mat. Good. Roll onto your back, full body stretch. We're going to transition onto the other side for that same hip series. Legs slightly back behind you, and kick up and back. Rest, and again 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now passe to the front, passe to the back. Again, those legs are tight together like a zipper. Working through the hip. And again. Roll back onto your back, full body stretch. We're going to try to segmentally roll up one segment at a time. You can bend those knees like we did in the beginning if you need to, and forward fold. Put those legs to the side, the mermaid stretch. I'm going to stretch up and over, down to the elbow. Feel this pulling on the sides of your abdomen. Breathe out, and out. Good, looking up at your elbow each time, so we're using the neck as well. To the middle, breathe in and out, other side. Good. Good, and now back to the middle. Breathe in and out. Cross the legs or however you're comfortable. Let's put one hand on the chest, one hand on the belly, and take deep breaths in and out through the belly, just breathing.